Monica, my darling. I do know what is right and wrong. And to be with you is all that is right for me. I cannot control either, though. For is it wrong to want you alive again? Is it wrong for me to want to give up my life for yours, if need be? Because the devil will not have my soul. And if it means freeing you from the capsule, I will. We will destroy each other so that at least we may share our eternity together.
So give her peace, O Lord, and rest in thy kingdom. And have mercy upon her loved ones, who are so sorely troubled at losing her. Grant them also peace, in the name of thy great compassion. Amen. Quito, you startled me. A storehouse of the past, generation by generation. But you are the one I must see. I want to leave too, but how? Unless you help me leave not just this crypt, but Mal Jardin. Your boat. If I can use it to get to the main island.
Your words fall on deaf ears, Reverend Dawson.
He may not be able to talk, but Quito can hear Raxel.
But he cannot help you leave Meljardin. No one can.
Cannot or will not.
You must not leave. For her sake.
Whose? Holly? Dr. Carr? Mrs. Marshall? Or her? If I must not leave Raxel, I have a right to know why.
There is danger here. To all.
And by staying, by not trying to leave, what can I do about it?
You are a man of the Church of the Christian God.
Yes.
Even so, I think perhaps you will understand.
I'll try, Raxel. Trust me. You need to trust someone. I can sense that. You have a great need. Why, Raxel?
Evil walks in this place.
Allison, I've looked everywhere for you. I was beginning to feel like a one-man bureau of missing persons.
Please, Dad, don't bother me. I'm busy.
Well, what's got into you? Slamming doors, snapping people's heads off? No, that's not the patient and persevering Dr. Allison Carr I used to know. Or are you changing too?
You talk of
Evil, of danger, but not how I am to fight them.
God, the Christian God, he is good.
He is love, Raxel.
So you are good.
I am his servant.
It is not enough to do as the curandero does.
Curandero?
When evil walks, the soul is lost. The curandero, the sorcerer, calls for it to return to the body.
And is a soul lost in this place, Raxel?
Most easily returns here or here. These are its homes in the body. When it departs, it goes from there. When it returns, the magic of the curandero is a fervent belief of my people, you understand?
Which you no longer believe.
I believe the Christian God is good.
And that I, his servant, can help you with this matter of the soul.
Someone must. Please, help us. Help us, someone must.
I'll try, Raxel. And perhaps I can. But in order for me to help you, you must help me. You must tell me what's the...
Not here.
What?
We must not speak further in this place. Quito, the torches. Come, Reverend.
Where?
You will see. Quito, the secret door.
I've read about many ancient temples, but this one is...
Secret and sacred. The temple of the serpents. An ancient people years ago lived on Meljardin. You know of the Maya?
Like the Aztecs and the Tarascans and the Totonacs?
Like them were our island people. For 3,000 years, they were one with the earth.
Farming people.
Not warriors, not dealers in the devil's business of death. This was our temple, is our temple. Christian God is not displeased.
God believes that each may have his own belief. If this is what I think it is,
Basin of the blood sacrifice.
Erica. Oh, Erica, if only you could speak, if only you could see and tell me of Raxel and Quito's secret. But someday soon you will. You will, my darling.
God wouldn't be pleased with this.
Only the priests used it, and only to please the gods of fertility and the maize,
But sometimes humans were sacrificed.
as others have sacrificed. You know of the Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent.
Yes,
He gathered bones of the dead from other worlds. When he returned, he sprinkled his own blood on them.
and thus created his man.
This is the belief.
Did you bring me here to talk of ancient tribal history, Raxel?
Tribal? It is the highest culture.
All right. But what of this danger? This evil that rambles around here?
You slight what I have said. I can see it on your face and your eyes. Your scorn, derision. Your presence corrupts the temple. It was wrong of me to bring you here, to trust you.
Wait. You must trust someone. Trust me. I scorn nothing about this temple. It's a place of worship. I respect it as I would my own. If I seemed impatient with past history, it's only that the present concerns me more.
Yes.
I think evil does walk in this place. Say what you brought me here to say.
Before you came to Meljardin, you knew of Jean-Paul Desmond.
Yes. He has become a living legend.
Living? Once, yes.
What?
Luck smiled on him. And of all the gifts it gave him, the greatest was his bride. My madame. My little bird.
You loved her very much.
They were so happy together.
But the service for Erica. Why did he close his ears to my words?
You were speaking of the dead. He has made a bargain against death.
A bargain? I don't understand.
Monsieur, the gods have the power of life and death. But there is another who also has such power.
Another?
The devil! I fear the devil is possessing my master. And it will destroy him unless...
Unless what, Raxel?
Unless someone powerful enough on God's side will help us. Oh, monsieur, help him. Help us to help him. For if he is destroyed, we will all be doomed with him.
I believed in a simple eternity once. Do I believe it still? You asking or telling? You swear to bring Erica back. When? You want a timetable? Go to your local bus depot. You want me to help you? Now don't make me punch a time clock. Why don't you be a good little man?
I am still my own man, and don't forget it!
Until I decide you're my man. Or should I say, our man? Meanwhile, remember always, we're both on the same side of the barricade, fending against those who hope to defeat our plan for dear Erica's return. Can't have that, can we?
You're a hard person to keep tabs on, Allison. And even more difficult to figure out.
Oh, no, not really. It's just that I'm so frustrated. I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, what are you looking for?
Erica's medical case history.
Well, maybe Dr. Mencken didn't keep a record on it.
No. He was far too meticulous and far too professional. I mean, look at all these notes. Intracardiac pacemaker.
Simulated aneurysms, delusory parasitosis in lower apes.
He conducted hundreds of experiments. And you mean to tell me you don't think he kept any notes on Erica?
Well, your sister wasn't an experiment, Allison.
Yeah, but she was his only patient.
In which case, if he was going to take any notes at all, it should begin with her case.
Well, exactly. So why didn't he?
Maybe he did.
No. I've searched for them everywhere. Turned this lab inside out.
Maybe Jean-Paul took them.
No, he didn't. I've asked him. Anyway, he stand a medical history.
Don't forget, he's writing a new one of his own. The cryonics process. Do you believe him?
Well, of course I...
Well, mind you, I'm not calling him a liar.
Well, you certainly sound as if you are.
You're very quick to jump to his defense.
Well, he's my brother-in-law and a friend.
And that's all?
Oh, come on, Dan. Now, please don't start that again.
I'm sorry. But you have to admit he's not the Jean-Paul that we've known all these years. He's completely different. He's like a man neither of us has known. Like two sides to a bad coin. First he's harassed, and the next minute he's serene and happy. Neither of whom we know at all. You have noticed?
Well, of course I have. And I don't like it.
Neither do I. Being here on this island. The thing is, it's up to Jean-Paul to arrange to send us back to the main island.
Not us, Dan. You.
Why not you?
Now, we've already been through this before. Jean-Paul needs someone. He needs a friend. He needs a doctor. And Erica's sudden death and the cause of it needs careful study. Well, my specialty is research. And obviously it was Dr. Mencken's. And I want to know what he found out.
Allison, what good will that do now?
Well, it'll help medicine for the future. Oh. Erica died of eclampsia. Now, that disease is very seldom fatal. And this time it was. Why? Dr. Mencken must have kept a case history.
Well, if you can't find it and Jean-Paul didn't take it...
Listen, maybe I have found it. Maybe Dr. Mencken's experiments had to do with Erica's case. Maybe they really constitute a record of his attempts to save her or find a cure for her. Now, if my supposition is correct, then her medical history is right here. Now, all I have got to do is to dig it out.
Well, that's quite a long shot.
Well, life and death is a long shot. And long shots do come in occasionally.
All right, if you stay, I stay. But there is one thing. Wouldn't Dr. Mencken have told Jean-Paul that's what he was doing, if he was?
Well, I should think so.
In that case, I have a question to put to Jean-Paul, and another one.
By all means, do so. Now, what was that question again, Dan? What is it you wanted to know?
It's my question, really, more than Dan's.
All right, what is your question?
I can speak for myself, Allison.
Back to where we... Your turn, Dan.
When was Erica's death reported?
Why?
Because I don't believe it ever was.
The cryonics people saw Dr. Mencken's issued statement. Now, they would not have put Erica in cryonic suspension if they thought otherwise.
They saw it? And who else?
Like?
The authorities?
I can't answer for Dr. Mencken. He is no longer alive.
But a death has to be reported. It's the law, don't you know that?
I am the only law on this island.
You've got to be kidding.
Look, on the other hand, Dr. Mencken could have reported it before his death. But the secrecy of it still must be maintained. Can you imagine the public knowledge and what that would mean?
You can't rewrite the law to your own convenience.
I am only thinking of Erica. And Allison will tell you, if some overly officious medical examiner wants an autopsy, it would mean...
Well, the capsule would have to be opened.
Exactly. And all my hopes of Erica's returning to life completely destroyed.
Well, maybe everything is in order. Though I can't find Erica's case history, I do have Dr. Mencken's research notes.
Did Mencken ever tell you that these experiments had anything to do with Erica?
We never discussed his experiments.
Allison thinks there may be a connection.
I can't answer.
You mean you indulged him in all this, yet you weren't concerned with his experiments, is that it?
My only concern or need of Dr. Mencken was for Erica's care. If he wanted a laboratory in order to remain here effectively, I gave it to him. And I would like to rehire you, Dan. if you'll accept.
But you did, on the main island, before we came back here. At least you said, let bygones be bygones, and I assumed...
Of course, my mind has been cloudy, understandably.
Well, since I can't get off the island to take a retainer from anyone else, agreed. Again.
I may need you more than you imagine. Well, lunch should be ready after you.
Are we eating alone?
No, I'm coming right along. So, you think you have the solution in the palm of your hand? Huh?
If you think I lack the courage, it'll finish you.
And you.
No, I no longer matter.
To Erica, you matter, if she's ever to rise again. So be a good boy and store that away for another day. Now join your guests, eat slowly, and digest what I have said very carefully.